Hello, brethren, and welcome to the first nugget presentation that I've taken from Solomon. I intend to give a series of presentations about famous Freemasons. This, being the first in the series, is in the form of a prologue. Across time and continents are many famous Freemasons, including in their ranks statesmen, soldiers, sailors and airmen, scientists, composers, authors, musicians, entertainers of stage and screen, not to mention sportsmen, and here are just a few. Monarchs and statesmen. Well, three kings, King Edward VII, King George VI, and Edward VIII. Many other members of the royal family have made a significant contribution to Freemasonry, including our current Grand Master, His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent. Let us also not forget the man who is perhaps the most famous British Mason, Sir Winston Churchill. 14 presidents of the United States of America, including a number of the founding fathers, most famously George Washington. Military men, some high-ranking such as the Duke of Wellington, Kitchener, Haig, French and Jellicoe, Earl Alexander of Tunis, General Sir Reginald Wingate, Generals Douglas MacArthur and George C. Marshall, together with Dingy Young, shot down during the Dambusters raid, Paddy Mayne, member of the SAS, and Audie Murphy, soldier, actor, songwriter, one of the most decorated American soldiers of World War II. Other military characters include Davy Crockett, Jim Bowie, Sam Houston, forever associated with the Alamo, and from the Wild West, Buffalo Bill Cody, Christopher Kit Carson, and Sam Colt. Scientists, inventors, and innovators. Edward Jenner, for the smallpox vaccine, Joseph Lister, pioneer of antiseptic surgery, and Alexander Fleming for his discovery of penicillin, James Watt, the inventor of the steam engine, modern innovators and captains of industry such as André Citroën, Henry Ford, Walter P. Chrysler, and Steve Wozniak, who co-founded Apple. Explorers in Africa, Sir Richard Burton. In America, both Lewis and Clark, who led an expedition which opened up the West. A trio of Antarctic explorers, Amundsen, Scott, Shackleton. By air and in space, Charles Lindbergh, the first to fly solo across the Atlantic, and two famous astronauts, Buzz Aldrin and John Glenn. Music, the art, and entertainment. In music, celebrated composers, musicians, and singers ranging from the classic Liszt, Sibelius, and Haydn to the popular Irving Berlin, Gilbert and Sullivan, band leaders and singers, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, Bob Hope and Burl Ives. Not forgetting that most famous of all Masonic composers, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Writers strongly identified with Freemasonry like Robert Burns and Rudyard Kipling. Architects such as Sir Christopher Wren with St. Paul's Cathedral, James Holborn, the White House, and sculptors such as Frederick August Bartholdi, who designed the Statue of Liberty, or John Guzzon de la Mothe Borglum, who did the presidents on Mount Rushmore. In the performing arts, there are a multitude of actors of stage and screen, including Peter Sellers, Clark Gable, John Wayne, and Mel Blanc, the man of 1,000 voices, to name but a few. Though perhaps another famous entertainer, the magician, illusionist, and escape artist Harry Houdini, will always be most associated with Freemasonry. And sportsmen. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of famous sporting Masons, like James Naismith, who invented basketball, Matthew Webb, the first person recorded as swimming the English Channel, Sir Malcolm Campbell and his son Donald, who held world speed records on land and water, and famous sporting Freemasons from every sport imaginable, like Harold Abrahams for athletics, Jack Dempsey for boxing, Clive Lloyd cricket, Jackie Milburn football, Arnold Palmer golf, Peter Ebdon snooker. The list is endless. Very worshipful brother Robert Taylor adds this last sentiment. There are no doubt many more that you may discover and add to the list. Are you not proud to be in such company? There are acknowledgements on Solomon from the United Grand Lodge of England, and in particular Paul Harper as the author of this nugget, and for his permission to publish it in this form. These nuggets are easily accessible on Solomon, and I strongly advise you to look up on Solomon and get registered and look at the various things that you can learn. Now, should any of the information that you've just received bring up any questions that you would wish to ask, do not hesitate to contact myself, or indeed one of the area mentors, or indeed your lodge mentor, or a knowledgeable Mason within your lodge. Our contact details, should you need them, are in the Somerset Masonic Reference Book on page 111. Thank you very much indeed for your attention, brethren. I hope you have enjoyed this nugget, and I hope you will be looking forward to the next nugget next week. Thank you. Goodbye for now, and remain safe and well. Thank you.